This is a Thunder Game Report.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner. Thunder back to practice today, getting ready for the San Antonio Spurs coming in here on Wednesday. Thunder doing a little bit of work on the Spurs today, but mostly just some of their own stuff. Russell Westbrook at practice today, and part of the process, that day off yesterday, as he continues his recovery from off-season knee surgery. We had a chance to talk to Russ and also with Thunder head coach Scott Brooks.
Russ, what is the rest designed to do? What are you guys hoping that taking that day off will do for you?
What is rest designed to do?
I said it the wrong way. What are you guys hoping that an additional day of rest like that is going to do?
For me or for the team or what?
For you personally?
I mean, it's planned. I mean, throughout the season, 82 games of non-stop, and right now is the best time for me to take a break, regardless of, who was playing. But on the schedule, we sit down, look at the schedule each month, and try to find out the best way to keep me recovered.
You don't like to miss games, I assume it was not your call.
Nah, I don't, but, I also got my body to worry about and, worry about the future as well. So
because you're so focused on maintaining your health and doing the most you can to preserve that, are you okay with this philosophy of sitting out some games every once in a while?
Yeah, I'm cool. I mean, I don't know if it's going to happen every time, but right now I just know that was the best thing for right now. So
First, you jumped right back in and went full force. I mean, we talk about how nice this week was. I mean, it doesn't happen in the NBA that often to get this rest, and how you're feeling now.
Man, I feel good. It's a great week for me to get my mind and my body right and get ready to go for the next game.
How often are you going to be sitting out, be getting days off?
No.
This four-game winning streak seems like communication on the defensive end has been really big. Is that different than maybe earlier in the season? Is that something that's been developing during the year?
I think as the season goes along, you find a way to get more comfortable and get used to, back to Thunder basketball, and I think that's what we've been trying to do.
Does the continuity that you guys have on the roster help with communication and that kind
definitely.
of thing?
I mean, just being together for a long period of time and, knowing each other's games has helped us out a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Russ, we just talk about how much this team has grown since the beginning of the season, since you came back. You get to take a night off, and they still go out and take care of business.
Guys have been around and been older, and knows the way the game's supposed to go. So,
what do you see from Perry Jones in practice? He doesn't get a ton of minutes, but he comes in and seems like he doesn't miss a beat.
Just being confident. I think that's the biggest thing for him, is just being confident and confidence in his game that he can play with the best of them.
Have you had a chance to look at film from the Spurs yet?
No. For what?
For the game on Wednesday?
No, they don't do. They've been doing the same thing for 20 years, man. If you can't see, it don't matter. They've been doing the same thing, and you just got to go out there and play.
Russ, in terms of the rehab things that you have to do, is there anything left in your program that you have to do still?
Just strengthening, man. It's gonna take time. I mean, if you really got to kind of sit back and think about it. I mean, I don't play basketball for 6 months, and then I come back. Compared to everybody else, the rehab process is a tough process, and it's still a rehab process as you get back. Your legs got to get stronger. Your body, all your muscles got to get used to working and getting back going. So it's a process, and once you feel like that, then you give it a go.
But everything is fine. I know some of the fans may have had some questions, concerns when you said out last night.
Everything's good. Everything's good.
Russ, how hard is it to have been patient and to continue to be patient during this process?
Oh, it's tough. I mean, but I realized once I got hurt, that's what it was going to take from the get-go, just being patient and just listening to the training staff and listening to the doctors as well.
Russ, I know you probably heard about the news to Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
What did you learn about, going through your situation, the difference between the lateral and the medial?
I mean, I don't know much about, how much time and what do you have to do, but I just know that just meniscus and the different rehab and the way you do different things with meniscus and ACL is a little different. But I think the rehab process in general is stressful, and it can be tough, especially for Derrick at this point in time. I've coming off already one knee surgery, but now another one. So it could be stressful, but, I talked to him the other day, when he got hurt.
After the injury?
Yep. And, he's good. He's in good spirits, so should be all right.
What was your reaction just seeing it, knowing what he had just come through?
Oh, it's tough, man. I was watching the game. It's just tough. Some things like that just happen, and, it's tough. It's a tough situation for him, but, he's a strong guy. He's a strong he's a strong guy, so he'll get back and come back stronger.
Thank you, Russell.
Yeah.
Russell was asked if he's watched film of the Spurs. He said no, because they've been doing the same thing for 20 years. You can't take that same approach, right?
No, but they've been doing it for a long time. I've said it many times. They play no agenda basketball better than any team in this league. It's something that I admire. Pop, his ability to coach and get through talented players and have them play as a team, as being on one page, one goal, and they seem that's always been the case with their best players.
So that being said, have you guys started to work on the Spurs yet, or not?
A little bit. You know, we definitely will prepare like we do all teams. We don't put more into the Spurs than we would put a team that doesn't have as good as a record. We scout everybody equally as important, and we prepare our game plan equally as important no matter who we play. They're one of the best teams. They're one of the best teams this year. They're one of the best teams last year, I'm sure. We can say it. I said it today. They're one of the best teams next year. That's how they run their program. They're so consistent. They just do things the right way every time.
The schedule's giving you a little bit of a break with the game Thursday and then Sunday, and the Spurs not till Wednesday, where you can do some work on some of your own stuff too, though, can't you? Yeah,
I mean, it does give us a break. It would have been a nicer break if we didn't have the best record in the league coming in. But it is, that's part of it. It's going to be an exciting game. Both teams love to compete, and both teams know each other very well. They have a lot of strengths, and we have a lot of strengths. So it's going to be a great game, a great environment. We're looking forward to the game.
How do you feel like you match up with that team, the Spurs?
I feel we match up with every team in this league. We have flexibility. We can go small, we can go big, we can play fast, we can slow it down. Our half-court offense has improved. It doesn't say that it can't get better, and hopefully it continues to get better. But they're a tough team to match up against because they have so many. They have three-point shooters. They have just a high IQ basketball team. They know how you guard, and they get to the counter very quickly, and that's one of the things that they do very well. We've improved in that area. I'm happy with our improvement in that area, but they've been doing it for a long time. I mean, these guys have been together for 10, 12, 13 years, and at a high level, a lot of basketball is being played.
Talk about how your bench has developed specifically. It seems like now Jeremy's able to make plays with Steven, some of the younger guys, instead of relying on Nick to be the guy. Have you seen that improvement?
Yes, I think, that's the thing that if talking, how many games now, 11 games in, if there's something I can say I'm really proud of, it's the development and the growth of our team in this short part of the season, just a month in. We've seen plays that a lot of our guys are making that 3 weeks ago we didn't make. So that tells me that they're doing a great job of trying to get better and doing what we ask. So it's great to see Steven make plays. It's great to see Jeremy, Reggie Perry, and also not just with those guys, but those guys making plays with KD. With Russell, they have a good way of integrating with one another.
Scott, Jeremy ran a lot of the point guard last night. Is that something you envision him doing later on in the season? And he looked pretty comfortable doing it.
I think, I think last night I saw something I liked. Normally we wouldn't have put him in that situation, but we wanted to give Fish some time off. But I liked what he did. I think going forward, I don't know if he will play the point, but I can see him, and it has been the last few games. He's showing a higher comfort level, handling the ball, making decisions for us in our half court. But I can see him going forward, getting more opportunities there.
Scott, how do you explain your free throw defense? I thought that was Matt's job.
Are we good this year?
Second best in the league.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
He does one thing well. He doesn't shoot them. Although he shot them well yesterday. 10 for 10, if you can believe that.
Wow.
He was the only one in the gym, so I'm trusting that he did 10 for 10.
Got cameras.
That's what those cameras are for.
Yeah.
Is there something to that, though? Like, just luck of the draw.
Nah, I think it's just luck of the draw.
Anybody else?
I got a question about the way you guys are handling.
Shocking.
You guys aren't getting along today.
Not today. It's a bad day. Keep going.
Better make this one the last one, Barry.
So anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, the way you're handling Russ now. I mean, before, like, Russ doesn't like to take games off. You don't like to sit players. Are we seeing a change in philosophy now this year?
Well, I think we're definitely, our team has evolved. And according to you, that I've been more flexible this year. You can add that to my next article. Keep it positive. I think I think it's player to player, game to game. It won't happen often, but if it does happen, it would be something that we put a lot of thought into it. I mean, this last one to me was a no-brainer. It was an easy decision with Russell going through the process. But if he wasn't going through the process, he would have played.
Is this something that we could see with Kevin and Serge, guys like that, Perk?
Yeah, it's so down the road. I don't know. I couldn't answer that question. But it's something that we will consider if needed. If we need it, we definitely will consider it. It's not something that we're not looking into it and strategizing with other guys. But with Russell, it's part of the process.
Thanks, Coach.
Thunder will practice, of course, again tomorrow, then shoot around on Wednesday. The Spurs will be in here for that 7 o'clock game. They roll in, at least today, they have a 12-1 record, best in the NBA. Thunder not too far behind at 9-3. And remember, Oklahoma City yet to lose at home this season. Thunder's best record for a home start since moving here from Seattle. We'll update everything as we move along through the week, so keep checking back at ThunderGameReport.com.